the Kai'Sa has been doing a lot of poking work. Sorry, not Kai'Sa, sorry. The Vayne has been doing a lot of poking work, while Kai'Sa is just forced back and just couldn't do anything.
I would probably put this all in one aspect first. There has to be some point where they have to put Shinsekai in a awkward situation. Because Shinsekai, he puts himself in an awkward situation. If you saw that gank and he died, you know, overextending underneath the turret. But other than that, there wasn't really a point where Shinsekai's route and gank patterns, even though he was spotted by the ward, really punished fully by the side of BDG here. And I think that's what really spearheads everything for Alliance, is that Shinsekai is one of the junglers that just enables every single one of them, and they follow up. If they can disrupt Shinsekai, that should be something that can really help BDG in this case. And they need to step up right now, because this second game is already match point.
Let's take a look at the bans as well as the pick as for now. BDG has opted to ban the Draven as well as Vi, while Alliance has opted to ban Lee Sin and the Darius, while picking up an Orianna for BDG themselves, and Alliance have went for Akali as well as Evelynn. Okay.
So BDG's on the left side.
Yep, BDG's on the left side now.
I thought it was on the right side. Anyways, fun fact. Draven and Darius are brothers, and they've got both banned out, if I'm not mistaken. So that's kind of cool to see. I mean, not super cool, because if you're brothers and you get banned out, that's weird. But anyways, BDG banned this, and Alliance was like, you didn't ban it on the second game. We're picking up the Evelynn. That is deadly. Evelynn, probably one of the this is a double redundant, most scariest junglers out there. Just because if you can get charmed by her, I can't remember the particular name of the skill, but if you can get charmed by her, that it just obliterates you. Although there is some ways to go around this, we might see as well something to kind of control that. But you can already see one of the big counters, or one of the big challengers to the Evelynn jungle could have been the Lee Sin. Alliance, knowing this, take it away from the board. So what is going to be the judgment from BDG? They can't have somebody who's passive. They need somebody who loves to go for that punish in terms of the jungle, or else they're going to see something similar to what happened during that game one.
And in this case, Nami is not banned out anymore. I think that Alliance was the one to ban Nami, so now BDG is picking up the Nami. So they both had like their own case of, you did not ban, I'm picking it kind of situation. Nami, BDG picked up Nami, while Alliance picked up Evelynn. But from that point onwards, let's take a look at the rest. With Kai'Sa being picked up by Alliance and Alistar being picked up by Alliance as well. So a little bit of a change over here in terms of the ADC. So something interesting, I'd like to see more of that. Not much of a CC reliant onto Alliance. Perhaps more of a front-to-back kind of approach when it comes to a team fight, instead of the previous BDG style wombo combo, unga bunga, or sneak attacks from Alliance, such as singling one person out. Because now Alliance is working more on a death ball, perhaps.
BDG
Nasus.
looks like they're gonna go for a comp that I am actually looking forward to. Although this does put a bit of, how do you say this? Like a time capsule.
Yep.
Right? That's basically what the Nasus is. You have to put them in the hyperbolic time chamber and let him train a little bit, get him out, and then start fighting Cell. Right? So I don't know if you got that. You got that reference, Dragon Ball. Is it Cell? God. Maybe it's Majin Buu. Anyways, it just means that there has to be some point that the Nasus builds up. That's about it. If you can't build up, this Nasus is going to be a liability more than it is a reliable source of threat for BDG.
Well, we'll see how that is going to work out. At this moment of time, we're going to be looking at Nasus going to be fighting against Akali in the Baron lane up top. And while in the middle lane, we should be looking at the Orianna fighting against Akali. And down in the bottom lane, we'll be looking at the Dragon lane. It is going to be Nami as well as the Azrael fighting against the Kai'Sa as well as the Alistar. But understandably so, you know, Alliance, they love to put down great aggression, looking at that headbutt as well as the pulverize. It threw Fizzy right into the air, and HY immediately rotated over to the middle lane and got themselves a kill round to Cryo. Now that is definitely something that we did not expect, with BDG getting themselves that first blood. That early game statement that I talked about before, it does seem like it is in some sense in the bag already.
If you can hit those tosses from the Mundo that does put a bit of slow. And of course, you know, Ari not being to the point where she can use her ultimate. Oh my gosh, Hylim. One more hit, one more hit. Oh, okay. He knows. He knows the timing. He knows the timing. We're the ones who's like freaking out, but there is passive regeneration on Mundo. He has big HP. He can always just back away if ever. He's pretty tanky. It's fine, guys. It's fine. You know, calm your tatas. We're good. We're good.
Well, it is pretty much 2 minutes in. 1 more minute until the physical and magical resist coming in from the first tier turret is just pretty much removed. By then, we should be expecting a little bit more of the movements from Alliance, because the way that they have been working out right now is that Evelyn tried to go down to the Dragon Lane and tried to harass a little bit on Fizzlefish as well as I'm Groot, but it did not quite work out that well. In the meantime, it does seem like we do have a decent amount of CCs around the Fizzlefish, and we got a flash coming in right from the Evelyn, trying to get himself the kill onto everyone in the Dragon Lane. Managed to, by the way, with both the Azrael and Nami down. That is going to open up a little bit more time to farm on the side of Raven.
Not only that, Raven got double buff. That's the worst possible scenario that you can get. I mean, I would have actually preferred for it maybe for Shinsekai or the support to get the double buff, but now you basically give Raven unlimited mana as well as burning capabilities in the 1 versus 1 up to this Ezreal. That
That's
isn't
not
really
good.
Yeah, that is exactly. It's not really good. And if I'm not mistaken, there was one kill that picked up by Raven, and look at the immediate item difference that we're seeing right now. Spectre's Cowl, Longsword, and then Executioner's Calling and a BF sword. That's big.
Ouch! It's immediate meltdown from the side of the Lions. They're not giving BDG any time to breathe at all. They are fast. They are just jumping right in immediately. Raven with a killer instinct just dove right the turret in front of this Azrael. They're just really being as aggressive as they can at the Dragon Lane. While in the top lane, it is as peaceful as anything that you can possibly believe. It is literally Farmville up there.
I love that Farmville. It's just a good game. Anyways, I mean, there is a point where this Nasus can just keep farming, but he still needs some time. As long as the Akali is there to challenge, it's fine by them. Nasus, like I said, is in a time capsule. He hasn't gone to the point where he's threatening just yet, and I do like the setup for Alliance here, because I forgot to mention that Allure gives extra damage, right? It can also set things up, but this Alistar, because of how he's built, he can just like keep going in and just rat-tat-tat, and the follow-up from either Raven or Shinsekai is gonna be true. He's always gonna be able to connect because the Headbutt Pulverize combo is so potent, and now they open things up with this dragon already.
And not to forget the Icathian raid from Raven. Just everything falling onto the side of Azrael is enough to bring him all the way down to 50% HP. Now that is not funny. In the meantime, you know what else is not funny? Top lane. We do have the Akali is trying to do a little bit of damage on the top side, but unfortunately Dr. Mundo is just going to be, you know, right around the vicinity. But let's move forward and take a look onto the bigger team fight over here. We do have Fizzlefish jumping right in, trying to get a save down onto Orianna, but unfortunately not much help was rendered, and thus yet more kills being yielded over to the side of Alliance. And BDG, unfortunately, they are unable to reclaim themselves back into this game, and just like that, another Inferno Drake, not another, but an Inferno Drake given to Alliance. And I mean, it's Inferno Drake. It's the best Drake.
You stand for the Infernal Drake, so no love for the other 3 Drakes, right?
Maybe more towards the Ocean Drake. Ocean and the Inferno, you know. It's just...
You know what? Everything changed when the Fire Drake attacked.
I'm just waiting for this game to go on to the later side, because I just want to see how they scale this Nasus.
I mean, even if they can scale the Nasus, there is some real threat happening on the side of Alliance here, or on Alliance here. And CWJ, if he gets out of this one, he is just a smooth criminal able to get out of harm's way. It's Cryo. Body blocks every single damage that could have taken out his comrade. And now Shinsekai is back into the fray. He's gonna spot out 3. He goes right in. He knows that Cryo's right beside him as well. And the duo of Alliance will be able to pick out 1, pick out 2. The kill will be reciprocated as Cryo does go down. But that was still BDG going out of that fight scathed and bleeding. They're gonna go back into their own base with less teammates that they had to. And now, okay, what's... all right. Staying too long in the mid lane.
Yeah, they pretty much just overextended for the side of Orianna. She really wanted some farm, but in fact, that farm just lost them the inhibitor turret, the first tier turret in the middle lane. And just like that, first tier turret down, it is going to open all sorts of avenue for Alliance to go for more of the invades onto the opponent's jungle. So most, if not all, of the jungle territory of BDG side is now unsafe territory. They have to pretty much stick to themselves as much as possible, or perhaps even force someone in the mid lane and just kind of stay there. Just hope and push everyone else away, or else losing that control in the middle is bad enough. Top lane first turret is down as well. Bottom lane turret is probably going to go down, so we're going to be looking at 2v2. I am Groot's HP just going all the way down low. The perfect execution coming from the side of CWJ. Just deals way too much damage as he connects right on top to almost every single one of the players down in the Dragon lane. And it does seem like Dr. Mundo as well as Orianna is in for the party. They are not going to be backing down just yet. It does seem like we do have the Burning Agony coming from the side of Hylian, just activated for a short amount of time, but realized that, hey, I don't have health, I can't go in like that. But luckily for the side of Orianna, did manage to score a pretty decent amount of kill, or rather a pretty decent amount of damage with the command attack right onto the side of Akali, bringing her down for overextending a little bit too much.
Great retaliation. Shikaido is in the corner, gets spotted out by Fizzy Fish, but this still will not do. Goofle? Get out of harm's way. That is perfect. If they get the kill, give it to the Ezreal. That is just a big start difference. Anyways, no way. The blast zone. It delivers the final blow to Raven, and Raven doesn't get the aggro on the turret. It's going to be on the outside. He can get a triple kill here without breaking a sweat, and that is perfect from Alliance. They overstayed their welcome. Actually, no, they didn't. They just capitalized on the misposition of Shinsekai. Now in a 2 versus 2, Raven, he's got to be careful.
I don't think that he's gonna be too afraid about whoever is gonna be on Dragon Lane. Or maybe, you know, just throw down a little bit of respect, right? I'm not too sure. Take a look at the amount of damage. The charm lands and connects onto Nessus, while Cryo just jumps right in almost instantaneously. They're not gonna give BDG any time to react because of the Spirit Rush coming from the side of Cryo. Jumps right in. Another charm lands on the Fizzy Fish, and here we go. A little bit of a headbutt lands right on top of the on the Fizzy Fish. 2 men down for the side of BDG now, and even with the Burning Agony from HY Lim, it's not going to be dealing enough damage onto the side of Alliance, and just like that, everyone else from BDG is melted down to their core, and that is just nothing that BDG could even do. We are looking at a heavy 10,000 goal lead in favor for Alliance. Once again, I believe that this is a game that we can pretty much call it, right? BDG, unfortunately, I don't think that they will be able to come back to this game. And what they should be looking out for is how are they supposed to be playing into the next game against the winners, against the losers of Impunity versus Team Sequence.
There is, my man, Abstract, there is a 6,000, twice the net worth of Raven. Right? I Am Groot is 6,000 net worth right now. Raven is 12,000. He has 3 items completed, while I Am Groot is still struggling to finish his Trinity Force. And when you're in that point of not having proper items, you get devoured by Cryo! I mean, Cryo's still going to be able to get out. There is going to be I Am Groot surviving, but at the end of the day, that is a Baron Nashor for the rest of Alliance.
Well, the good thing is BDG is having a steady run back. No, please do not go for this fight. It does seem like they slowed down their path just by a little bit. That allowed the Alliance to kind of connect in with a little bit of a headbutt. And just like that, Evelyn managed to execute Fizzy Fish as well as, I mean, well, I Am Groot just went down as well. So just 2% down like that in this very scuffed fight, BDG, they have to fall back instead of trying to exert more control over to the side of Alliance, because we all know for sure the Baron Nashor is down. They managed to get themselves Baron Nashor. Why are they fighting this fight? I'm not too sure. Nessus just trying to do absolutely everything just to bring down that Ahri. Managed to, yes, but at what cost?
There's no damage for Sarah. His siphoning strikes are basically tickles. This is what I'm talking about. The tanks don't really have any form of gap close. They have to basically run up to their opponents, and even though they go through that, they basically have to walk through meat grinders. And by meat grinders, I mean every single damaging ability of Alliance before they can reach their target, and even then, they aren't really sure for a kill. CWJ biting off a bit more than he can chew, will get punished here though. That gives some breathing space for Alliance, but the threat is always there. Shinsekai was almost going to shut down Iron Group. Thankfully enough, he has his own flash, but Rich is a support. Rich is a support, but he is building hard damage. Look at that, Dead Man's Blade, Luden's Echo, as well as the, the blue sword, I forgot, the one for the Iceborne Gauntlets, the Sheen, there we go. That means that every time he uses an ability, his punch gives a good enough damage that it even gets a kill on Iron Groot.
My oh my, things are going out of control. It is going to be 1v2 at this point of time. This Raven just jumped right in, had no care in the world. Even Shinsekai, even worse, he doesn't really care anything at all. He goes down to the hands of Nami after receiving quite a decent amount of damage coming from the side of the inhibitor turret. Could have just ended at the top lane, but you know, they don't really care at this point of time. The amount of goal lead is just so huge that I think that even if they kind of lose themselves, they just kind of die 5 times in a row, it would not give BDG any edge back into the game.
That's a scary thing.
That's very scary.
I love how Alliance has built their comp though. Like, right now, since we can always just go for team fights left, right, and center, Rich can just keep building the he's damage, he doesn't even need cryo, he can melt opponents by himself, and when an Alistar builds up like this, you know, and when he actually can deal damage to you, you know that you're in a world of hurt. You're just in a bad spot. The charm from the Ahri into her Illusory Orb just deals so much freaking damage, and Shinsekai is about to maybe beat Hylim. No, not gonna happen. But anyways, the threat on the Alistar, and he's not even done. He's just like roaming around, basically bodyguarding, playing bouncer for Alliance, and Alliance just is swimming in the glory.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. His economy is equivalent to Dr. Mundo, and of course above that than any members in the side of BDG. So just from Alistar alone is enough to bring down literally anyone while still being tanky enough. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem for Alistar to even hold down this lane all by himself, while the rest of the members from Alliance heads over to the Baron and gets it all down. Easy kill for the side of Alliance. And from this point of time, is it possible for Rich to even survive in this 1v5 assault at this point of time? It does seem like we did manage to see a really... The Pulverize sends Dr. Mundo up into the air, and Rich is still alive. We're looking at Sarah completely being scouted and of course being tailed by Shinsekai completely within the base. There's no way they could even get himself out of there. Oh, the Void Seeker seeks out the death and the darkness and allowed them to get themselves yet another win. Another kill, like literally everything down into the bag. And Alliance easily